It's a lot of calories. It's a lot of fat. It's a lot of cholesterol. Okay. That's it. Sorry. Good luck.
And you better get cheese on your burger too.
Mm-hmm. You better.
Maniacs. I'm so excited.
It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. Hamburger versus cheeseburger, it better be 98 to 2%. And the 2%, you better be lactose intolerant.
I think doing the burgers was a lot. I enjoyed eating the burgers more than the chicken sandwiches.
That's because we did quarters instead of halves. Halves was not a good decision.
Yeah. Well, I just think overall, I mean, there was arguably two of the chicken sandwiches that we did that was just kind of like not good, especially the Zaxby's. But as far as all the burgers go, I was like, all right, I'm cool with this. I would eat it again for sure. Zaxby's, I would never eat that again. I would never order a Cane's chicken sandwich again. You know, I love Cane's, but I never ordered Cane's. But burgers were definitely an easier try for sure.
Yeah, I think as far as the halves go, when I have a half a sandwich in my hand, I want to eat the whole thing. When I have a quarter of a sandwich, it's just done. Like I eat it and then I have no more to eat. So I'm not tempted to eat more. But anyways, that was delicious. All the burgers we chose, honestly, pretty good.
Yeah.
I was not disappointed by anything.
Yeah. So essentially what we did on Saturday, all four of us, Cole, Aaron, Lauren, and I, went to 6 different locations and got cheeseburgers with ketchup. We made it pretty simple. And the locations that we went to were McDonald's, Wendy's, Five Guys, Home Run Burger, Burger King, and Freddy's. So those are the 6 that we chose. And we kept the rating of them pretty simple this time, in the sense of overall, what did you think of the sandwiches, and kind of giving a review. And we're going to go over that today in the beginning of the episode. We also did this with chicken sandwiches. So if you haven't watched that episode, go check that one out or go listen to it. I think it's a pretty popular episode. But as far as the burgers go, I did enjoy doing this more because, again, like you said, we did quarters, and then I just think the overall quality of taste was just better.
Yeah.
Even though I love chicken sandwiches too. Okay, let's go over some numbers here. I think everyone can guess off the top of their head of what won, but we're not going to tell you to the end. Not the end of the episode, but not until the end.
Put in the comments. What do you think won?
What do you think won? Yeah,
right now.
I think it's a pretty easy one. It's McDonald's. Okay, so I've got the numbers here as far as the ratings go. We first went with McDonald's and Wendy's. We just kind of so we can reheat them a little bit. McDonald's and Wendy's. I am a McDonald's fan, but I had this conversation actually with my adults, a couple of my adults yesterday morning. Arguably, McDonald's for me, especially just like a simple cheeseburger versus like I'd rather have like a double quarter pounder or a Big Mac. Arguably, if it came into the world today as what it is, I don't know if it would be able to fend its way to being as big as it is now or even close to it. I think it's a nostalgic taste and feel.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I want to know what burgers tasted like in 1970. Do you think they taste different? Like, do you think they're constantly adjusting the formula, or is it just kind of been the same burger?
It's a really great question. I don't know. I think McDonald's kind of prides itself on having similar quality or taste just across the board. Over years, I don't know. But that's a good question. I don't know.
We'll have to ask somebody that. But yeah, I agree with that. Honestly, I didn't have a McDonald's burger for the longest time. It probably took me until I was like, I don't know, 15, 16. Because I would always just get like chicken nuggets. Yeah. I would always get chicken nuggets or the chicken selects.
Yeah.
So then once I had a McDonald's burger, I was like, okay, it's pretty good. And then I had a double quarter pounder, and I was like, oh, dude, it hits different. It just hits different. So, yeah, but then side by side with everything, it just didn't really stand up.
Yeah. Well, I like McDonald's burgers. The bun was kind of dry, and in comparison to everything, it was actually the lowest scored thing that we had. So overall, the average score with everything that everyone put was a 3.25 out of 10.
Tough.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, that's pretty
3.25
tough.
out of 10, especially in
Yeah,
comparison to Wendy's.
yeah, yeah. Wendy's,
I
I don't know. Like they say it's fresh. They say it's fresh. I don't
Yeah.
believe them, but the taste difference was definitely a tier or two above McDonald's. So
Yeah.
maybe I do believe them.
I don't know the last time I've had a Wendy's burger, to be honest. I didn't, I didn't, so just like you with McDonald's, you really didn't eat burgers from McDonald's. I never ate burgers from Wendy's. Wendy's was I would eat chicken nuggets and different stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
So it's
completely the opposite. I would have burgers from Wendy's.
okay. Yeah. I don't even
Interesting.
know how many Wendy's burgers I've had. So it kind of surprised me. And it was almost double the score. So Wendy's got a overall average score of 5.25. It's almost
Yeah,
double
that feels about
McDonald's. And I feel fine with that too.
Yeah. I think we got a Dave's single, I think, with just like cheese and ketchup. I normally go
Mhm.
and get like a Baconator or something like that, and I think it's really good. And they have
How's
the square patties, you know?
square patty circular bun? Does that bother you? It doesn't bother me, but some people I think it
No,
bothers.
not me. No, it
Square
doesn't bother
patty
me too
circular.
much.
Yeah, I do. I don't think I've ever had a Baconator. I do need to try a Baconator too.
Yeah,
What a Big Mac.
you were telling me when we were talking about it, you said that you're very particular about your bacon
Hmm.
and how it is. I think it's thick enough to where it's like decent bacon, you know? And most of the time they don't screw it up.
This is the thing that I don't like about bacon.
Okay.
If if it's on a sandwich or just in general, to be honest, but especially if it's on a sandwich, if I take a bite of it and then I like go to pull the sandwich or burger away and there's like that stringy attachment to it where it just like snaps off, I'm done. I don't want any more. I'll
Are
take
you
that bacon
serious?
off. I won't, okay, I won't be done. I'll either take it off or I'll lift up the bun and I'm like searching to figure out, okay, is this piece going to have that same chew later on? And I'll peel it off. That's how much I don't like that style of bacon. And I'm afraid the
Okay.
Baconator would have that. It
Well, I
bothers
mean,
me.
yeah, it might. I can't like off the top of my head tell you whether it does or not, but yeah, it might. So
Yeah, I'm
tread
not going to risk it. I'm just kidding.
carefully, I guess.
All right. So Wendy's 5.25 and McDonald's 3.25. The next two that we had, which is kind of a weird combo to put next to each other, just how we heated them up, was Freddy's and Burger King, which I've never had Freddy's before. That was the first time I had Freddy's.
Oh, really? That was the first time?
I've had Steak and
Oh,
Shake, but I've never had
okay.
Freddy's. I would love to compare those two, to be honest.
Yeah, I was about to say Freddy's was definitely the oddball in this group here, but still good sandwich, and we'll talk about it. So, which one's
Yeah. So
first? Burger King.
let's go Freddy's first. So Freddy's with a 7.1. It's a weird
Yeah,
number to have.
that is
7.1.
weird.
So we're just kind of going in order of well, not it's not in the order of what they won, but 7.1. Freddy's
Yeah,
is good. I like Freddy's.
yeah, I think it was really good. It's a steak burger, smash burger style, and it was just again cheese and ketchup, and I don't know, tasted great. I think I could have used more. I feel like those steak burgers they have a lot of like seasoning on them,
Hmm.
and I could have used more of whatever that like steak burger seasoning is that they use.
Yeah. This is the first time I haven't had steak in so long either. And I didn't even tell you guys this, but we went, so Cole and Aaron went to 3 different locations and we kind of try to figure out essentially a route that would make it easier to get back where we're going to eat them at. And we went to 3 different locations in Middletown. And I do recommend if you can, I do recommend if you get if you have 4 people, it's kind of reasonable to do this. It's not, it's crazy expensive either. Just getting one burger and you're definitely full
Yeah, it
after. We
wasn't
got some
bad.
fries. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, especially with the burgers. But I got chicken tenders from Freddy's because I was like, man, I'm hungry. This is taking a little bit longer. So I tried their chicken tenders. Their chicken tenders were okay. They were very much what you would if you could visualize or kind of think in your mind what Freddy's style chicken tenders would be. That's how they taste.
Yeah, just lunchroom.
Kind of,
Garbage.
just a little bit, a little. I wouldn't call it garbage. I would say it's a little bit higher up than lunchroom. It's no Chick-fil-A, but
Yeah, that's
I'm
one of
getting
those
chicken tenders.
things. I mean, are you okay when you go to a steakhouse? If someone doesn't order a steak, are you like upset at them?
No, because I go to a steakhouse and order burgers.
And see, I'm almost one of those people. where it almost like it just gets me a little irked when someone orders the chicken tenders at a steakhouse, And I know that's not what you said. That's not what you said, but
Right.
like that's the same vibe as getting chicken tenders at like a burger place.
Yeah, and it's sometimes if I'm just in the mood for chicken tenders and they're good, I'll get them. So Drake's would be a good
No, and that's
example.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I just want chicken tenders. Just yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do it. But at a steakhouse, no. I don't think I've ever ordered chicken tenders at like a
Well,
fancier place.
I don't know. It's
I know what you
interesting.
mean.
I'm not like I'm not gonna hate on you, but I'll just be like, come on, you got to get the
Yeah,
steak.
yeah. I don't typically order steak out too often. I'm kind of in between. Yeah, but Freddy's was good. 7.1. Burger King, another burger place that I've very rarely had a burger at,
Yeah.
but I thought it was good. It had kind of like Aaron was saying, it kind of had the dad grilling out at like
Mm-hmm.
at a park or at a cookout kind of smokiness to it,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
grill is what it was. It was really good. I liked Burger King too.
I I'm in and out on whether I like that style of burger because I don't know because I don't know if I want that style of burger from a burger place, if that makes sense. I
That makes
want
sense.
that type of burger from like the cookout and the football game and like stuff like
Okay.
that. But I don't know if I want to pay for that like for fast food.
Don't put that in my fast food. Yeah, you gave it a
You know.
4. You're the one that ranked it the lowest. You gave it a
Yeah,
4.
and it's not that it wasn't even that it tasted bad. It tasted fine, but it just yeah, I was just like this is weird to me. And it's the same. Have you ever had cookout? I feel like you haven't.
I haven't. I would
Yeah.
like to try it though.
It's the same thing at cookout, and I don't hate on cookout. I think they do it a little better than Burger King, but it's just like grilled out burger. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And cookout is cheaper too. So it makes it easier. Okay, I want to know what people's opinion are on so we got a Whopper and we got it with cheese and ketchup, but a Whopper doesn't come with cheese. And that is so weird to me.
I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah.
I remember you texting us about it, but that's weird.
A Whopper
Why wouldn't it
does
come with
not
cheese?
come with cheese.
Who who really actually orders just a hamburger? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Do people do that? Like, just they don't
What
want
is
cheese?
the percentage of people that order hamburger over cheeseburger?
That'll be one of the questions
Mhm.
on on the game that we'll talk
Yeah.
about later on. That is
Yeah,
a
'cause we
perfect. I'm gonna write
gotta
that down. Write it down.
Yeah, because that's so important to me. Like, I understand people that are lactose intolerant or maybe just
Right.
like get upset by cheese, and so they'd rather have a hamburger. That's fine. Yeah, offended
The way you
by
put that,
cheese.
upset,
Yeah.
upset by cheese. You mean like their stomach? I just like in my
Yeah.
mind, I was like, why are people getting upset about the cheese? It's being on
Yeah,
your stomach
but
upset.
I get like if that's an issue for you, but if it's not an issue and you just prefer a hamburger over a cheeseburger, you might be one of the craziest people on this planet.
I do like that question. That's gonna be so. It's so funny you said that because later on, Cole's gonna be playing a game by himself that I know the answers to, and you guys can play along as well. But it's about percentages of what people chose one thing over the other.
Beautiful.
So it's like
Right.
you just like
Great.
this. He has no clue he's doing. He knows he's doing it, but he doesn't know.
I knew I was doing something, but that sounds fun. I like that game.
It's percentages. So Burger King, 5.3, which is just barely over Wendy's. So Wendy's was a 5.25. So it was there was like a
That's shocking to me. I feel like here's what I think happened. None of us have ever gone to Burger King in our lives, basically. We had a burger that was slightly better than what we anticipated, and then people just started marking it up because they were like, oh, this is pretty good. I'm shocked.
Yeah, no, I can respect that. No, I that maybe it would happen. I
think
just
that's
didn't expect
exactly what happened, and I'm kind of pissed about it. Just this much, But it's fine.
I didn't expect it to be as good. And the numbers too, like okay, a 7.1 or a 5.25 or whatever. This is also like comparing to like I'm thinking in my mind when I was doing the ratings, like, all right, I'm comparing this to like a gourmet burger, like one of my
Yeah.
best burgers. That's why
See,
they're
that's
not
what I did
super high.
too. And I feel like we didn't have that scale set because I think Lauren said she was going more like just overall fast food type taste. And I was sort of on the best burger I've ever had versus worst burger I've ever had kind of scale. So maybe we should have set the scale a little bit more, but it's fine.
Yeah, I was on
It's
the
fine.
same lines as you in the sense of less of just like fast food and just like overall comparison to.
Yeah, because
All
I
right,
think my high, or sorry, I cut you off there. Go
you're good.
ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what I was gonna say. I was
All
just
right,
yeah. Go ahead.
sick. But yeah, because I think the highest score I gave out was either an 8, 7.5, or 8, somewhere in there. So
7.5 is your highest you gave out, and I got
yeah,
you end up here. All right, so Burger King beat Wendy's. They were close neck and neck. Still good burgers. I would eat them again, even though they only have a scoring of a 5 or 3. Freddy's, I do want to try again. And McDonald's is McDonald's. All right, the last two here, Home Run Burger and Five Guys. Home Run Burger, 6.75, so a little bit lower than Freddy's. It would have been higher if I didn't give it
yeah.
such a low
You
rating.
tanked it, man.
I gave it a 3.5.
Well, talk about it. I mean, why'd you tank it? It was pretty good
So
to me. I don't know.
I think the bun was like sweet and it kind of bothered me. And I don't
That's
know.
fair.
It just seemed, I ranked it just barely higher than no, actually I ranked it just barely lower than McDonald's. So I kind of looked at it. All right. I didn't really like it that much. I looked at my other scores, which is kind of cheating. And I'm like, all right, of all these burgers, the way this tasted, should I put it lower than McDonald's? And I did put it slightly lower than my McDonald's score. I gave McDonald's a 4, and I gave Home Run a 3.5 because I would, even though McDonald's is not the best, I would still choose it if they were in front of me over Home Run because of the nostalgic taste. And I know I'm just roasting Home Run burgers, but
Dude,
not a
I,
fan.
that's such a crazy take. Um, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like the best burger, but the bun, so good. I know you
So
didn't like it.
I didn't like the bun, which is weird. You guys were all liking the bun. I didn't like
Yeah,
it.
it was a brioche bun. It was like good. Like maybe, yeah, you could toast it a little bit more, make it a little bit crispier, crunchier, or whatever. But like, it was so good, added to the flavor of the overall burger. And then the burger itself was pretty good too. I didn't know what I expected. I don't think I've had home run before, but it's been a long time. And yeah, overall, I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
Yep. And then the final guy here, Five Guys, 8.25. Obviously a clear winner of what it was going to be. It's not really fair, but we wanted Five Guys, so we put it in there.
Yeah.
Five Guys is
Well,
good
it
stuff.
also wasn't fair because Five Guys regular burger is a double burger, and everything else we got was a single burger.
Besides Freddy's. Freddy's, I think, was
Besides
also a double.
Freddy's, but it's
But they're so thin.
smashed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish we had done a double burger. I didn't want to fight it too much just because it would have filled us up more and it would have been a different experience. But yeah, a double burger just kind of hits different. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a texture to it, the cheese
Yeah.
inside of it.
Yeah.
The cheese at Five Guys is good. And we also
Yeah,
tried
it is.
it was the first time I tried their Cajun
Cajun
fries.
fries. Hmm.
Whoa, those fries are
Really
amazing.
good. I
Yeah.
was pleasantly surprised because I feel like a lot of times you can mess up Cajun fries. You can call them Cajun fries and then there's something else. And yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Five Guys, clear winner. The Cajun fries are really good. I think sometimes people hate on Five Guys' fries because they'll end up coming to them really soggy. Whoever made the fries that we had, he did a great job because
Really?
nothing was soggy. I mean, we were eating them out of the bag as we were driving. Sorry, and the bag wasn't all greased up. But Five Guys, I should go to Five Guys more often. I think I work right next to one, and I just forget about it all the
Well,
time.
it's so expensive. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It is, but it isn't. So the burger is like $9, but all the toppings are free. The fries kind of edge it back up because the fries are like $5 to $7, depending on the size you get.
Yeah,
And so it's tough. It's a tough price to drop, but when it's that good, you know.
It's worth it, I think. So let's go through the just kind of the order of the standings here. So Five Guys wins with an 8.25. Freddy's in second with a 7.1. Home Run Burger in third at 6.75. Burger King in fourth at a 5.3. Wendy's in fifth at a 5.25. McDonald's coming in last at a 3.25 on the rankings. And I feel comfortable that I think those are appropriate.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think it's fair. And not surprising, to be honest. I don't think it's not even surprising.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, but if you ever get a chance to do something like that, it's something fun. And the next one we're doing doing a blindfolded pizza tasting so we can figure out who knows the most about pizza. That's gonna be a lot
I'm so
of fun.
excited. And we're doing like fast food type people, right? So
Yeah,
Domino's,
so it'd be like
Papa John's,
Pizza Hut. Yeah,
Ooh,
we
Little
gotta get
Caesars. Gotta add that
Little
in there.
Caesars. Yeah, the cardboard pizza. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
gonna know what that one
come
is
on.
immediately.
Don't be hating on it.
I guess
$5.
Jets.
$5. It's a
Hot
deal
and
for the
ready.
people. All right.
Yeah, the blind taste testing will definitely. I think it'll add a dynamic to it in the sense of who's got the best palate, and I think we should do. We got to figure out some other blind taste testing ones too. We shall see. But
I've done one with my friends where we do chips.
That would be so easy.
You think that? Well,
okay.
The chips. I'm sorry. The chips one was easy. Candy. We did chocolate bars.
Okay.
That one's hard.
Okay, what chocolate bars did you do? I'm intrigued now.
Many. We did Snickers. We did Three Musketeers. We did Milky Ways. We did Hershey's. We did Reese's stuff. We did. Have you ever had Buenos?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, incredible.
Buenos?
Yeah, they're like chocolate, and they have they're filled with hazelnut inside, like hazelnut filling cream something. Oh, they're so good. Stuff like that. We did a lot of chocolate, and it was like the candy bars.
Though.
No, the Snickers, Three Musketeers, Baby Ruth or whatever, Milky Way. Those are so hard to figure out. They are the same makeup, basically.
I don't believe you. I think it's so easy. I can taste them in my mouth. I can taste them in my mouth right now, and be like, all right, that's easy. Milky Way doesn't even have any nuts in it. How are you going to do?
Excited. Okay, Snickers is you got the nuts in it, but the ones that don't have nuts in them, it's hard. Okay, I promise you it's hard. I promise you it's hard. You put a blindfold on, it's gonna be hard.
No, it's not. Cake.
It's
not
gonna be hard.
The texture of the Three Musketeers in comparison to a Milky Way, I can taste the texture. I can feel it. It's just like all of it.
I'm bringing candy bars over. All right, and we're just gonna do it.
I will destroy it. No, it's game over.
No, you won't.
Have to try.
You actually won't.
Okay.
Okay, and then pizza. How confident are you in your pizza abilities?
Nowhere near as confident.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Little Caesars will be easy. I think Domino's would be easy. But once you get to I haven't had them in so long. Like Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and Jets. You throw those in there.
Oh, Jets is so good.
I'm gonna be off.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing about when we do it. This is something we'll have to talk about. Are you allowed? I don't think you should be allowed. Once you've chosen what you've chosen, you can't change it once you get further down the line.
Yeah, because then it's too easy.
Because
it's too easy to just line everything back up, you know.
Because you're just instead of eating it and knowing exactly this is what it is, you're comparing it to something else and I know what that is, so that means it has to be this. So we'd have to do it. Okay. It makes it more challenging.
Well, you'd have to allow for double guessing, because then people could just get everything wrong. You know what I mean?
So if you let's say you eat one thing and this is Jets, and then you get later on oh no, this is definitely Jets, then you can double guess. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, perfect. That's how they do it on Good Mythical More. And speaking of Good Mythical More in games, here's the transition. I interviewed 73,000 people for this.
73,000.
Good Mythical More interviewed 73,000 people for this.
Sick.
And it's simple food questions. Is just all about food. I love talking about food. Simple food questions that they surveyed a bunch of people, obviously. And for example, the first one is, do you prefer your bacon well done and crispy or soft and chewy? So I'm going to keep kind of explaining here. And your job, Cole, is you need to basically come up with a percentage of each one. So, for example, do 80% of people prefer crispy? That means 20% of people prefer soft and chewy. So
Okay.
that's what you're going to do.
Got
And
it.
as you're listening, also try to guess. I have the answers here. And I want to preface this before I start because this is something in the episode that they went back and forth on. When they asked these questions, they asked them very much in the sense of what they're said. So well done and crispy, you have to kind of visualize that and put it in. You asking other questions or thinking about like, what do you think of soft and chewy? So there's going to be, does that make sense? So you have to
Yep,
think
I
about
know
it
what you mean.
in that way of it being a survey on a piece of paper
Mhm.
versus like actually seeing it.
Yep.
So I have 6 questions. 5 of them are from Good Mythical More, and the 6th one I actually did on the Instagram on for Edge, and all of my several of my athletes voted on it. So here we go. Play along as you like. Question number 1: bacon. Do you like it well done and crispy, or is it? How many people voted for well done and
Yep.
crispy versus soft and chewy?
So I'm a chewy bacon person, but I know that isn't the consensus from people.
Okay.
So what I'm going to go with is 68% I guess crunchy or whatever it was,
Crispy.
crispy,
Okay.
and then 32% chewy.
Good math. All right, here we go. So let's see, and we'll just kind of see how close you are in the sense of 79% crispy and 21% chewy. It's pretty
Dang.
good though. That's
Okay,
pretty
that's
close.
not bad. That's
I
not
think
bad.
being within 15%. I think that's the goal
Yeah.
here. And you were
Yeah.
within 15%.
I was worried I was going to flip them, and
No.
chewy was going to be more popular.
So I asked it the same people I asked the other questions to yesterday morning, the same question. And when I think of well done and crispy versus soft and chewy, on the episode they had really, really crispy and like I asked that Gene and Becky yesterday essentially, and they were thinking crispy in the sense of like when you bite into it, it's like glass.
Yeah,
I'm like,
see, I hate that. That's
oh,
awful. All the flavor's gone.
yeah.
All of it's gone. I think the gray area or the middle between super soft and just terrible bacon and extra crispy shatters like glass is where you need to be for bacon.
Yeah. And I also asked them the question, how do you prefer your bacon now in comparison to how your parents made your bacon? And interestingly enough, they all preferred it based on the way that their parents made it. And it was they liked that really, really crispy, almost burnt bacon. I was like, oh.
Ugh, that is awful. No, yeah, I guess my mom, for the most part, would make it chewy.
Yeah. Chewy,
Yeah.
a little bit of crunch. That's why we do
Yeah.
it in the oven. If you do it, the oven technique is
okay.
the oven. If you know how to really do it, it can really knock it out of the park and make a lot of bacon in a short amount of time. Question number 2. This is the one that's going to be like, all right, think of the way it's written.
Okay.
A grilled cheese, lightly golden brown, or a burnt grilled cheese. So lightly golden brown or burnt.
Why is this even a question? Actually, why is it a question?
Well,
and I swear if it goes the other way, maybe I don't know people. Okay. It should be lightly golden brown. Burnt, dude? Like black charred on the oh my gosh. Okay. But since it feels like a question that people are asking, I think it's going to be closer than the other one. So I'm going to go with golden brown 62% and or no 64%, and then burnt 36%.
lightly golden brown was 84 and
good.
burnt was
All right.
13. Yeah.
Thank God. All right. You really set me up there a little bit.
Well, I wasn't trying. It was the burnt thing.
You're
the
fine.
Burnt was like, to me, the burnt, like, so I asked the same people and Gene likes it burnt. And I was just like, what? He's like, yeah, I like it burnt, like extra toasty. And I'm like, all right. Yeah, burnt bread. Well, I don't know. I don't mind if it's like extra toasty. You know what I mean? But burnt
Yeah,
to me is
but
like it's black.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's charred. It's burnt. It's what it says. Those, what, 14% of people?
13.
16%? 13?
13. They want burnt.
You're dead to me. You're dead to me.
Burn my grilled cheese, please. Question number 3. Chocolate chips. Do you like them chewy? Chocolate chip cookie, sorry.
Yeah.
Chewy? Or do you like them crunchy? So it's chewy chocolate chip cookie or a crunchy chocolate chip cookie?
If this is a word to the people, if you like crunchy chocolate chips, just go away. Unsubscribe. Unlike, dislike the video. Chewy chocolate chips, please. Make it 80-20. Chewy 80%, crunchy 20%.
You were very close. It's 85 chewy
Right,
and
good.
15 crunch. That's really good. You're doing much better than Link and Rhett did. They had a hard time with this thing.
I don't understand how the answers are obvious. So obvious.
Percentages are more difficult. The correct answer for some of these is always like the middle ground, though, right? You know, like I want it kind of crispy, toasty on the outside, and then chewy in the middle, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I'm not a middle ground for this one, though. Like,
really?
I
Just
pull them out of
all
the
chew?
oven early,
Okay,
so that they just are falling. I can't even pick it up and eat it. I want it like cookie dough, but just barely hit the oven. You know what I mean?
Well, this will be another question we can put on, and I'll explain this after I write this down. Is are you someone that prefers? And this is such a common question. Do you prefer your cookies like right out of the oven, melty, gooey, or do you prefer them to like later on? That's another percentage question.
Yeah, for me, it's melty gooey. Like, as soon as I pull them out, it's go time. Like, get them on a plate, get some milk, and it's time to go. Although recently, let me know if you have this problem too. Milk, not been sitting well with me.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get that
rarely.
aversion to it. And it's
very
really
rarely
bothering me. Because I do like milk. I like it with like cookies or Oreos and whatever. But now I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. I'm fine with milk, but yeah, that'll be another question. And let me explain what I keep bringing up here is before people are like, what are these talking about? So in the next episode, one coming out next week, essentially I'm going to do a bunch of polls on the Edge Instagram. So if you're not following the Edge Instagram, the only way to be incorporated in the polls, you have to go follow Edge Sports Performance. The link is in the description if you're on YouTube. And I'll be asking 5 or 6 questions that are relatively similar to the ones I'm asking now in the next episode. And then what you need to do is, I'm not going to give the answers. I'm going to be the only one that knows the answers. I'm just going to ask the questions. Your goal is in the comment section in an episode is to write your answers. And whoever gets the closest as far as the percentages go, I'll give out like t-shirts and stuff. And there'll be more details in the next episode after it. But that'll be so that you guys can play games and put the answers in the comment section. And then the following episode, I'll give the answers and I'll be giving out some stuff. Just some giveaways.
You know, even I don't have a t-shirt. So can I play along too? Is this...
You have a t-shirt.
I do. That's right.
You do have a t-shirt. Yeah. I'm making more. I've been working on the website, and I'm probably going to change it off of the GoDaddy hosting and change it to Wix, and I'll be opening up like a full.
Oh, cool.
The merch shop is going to be dropping, so then
yeah.
It's just easier. It's that stuff's so convenient now, where you can just order offline, and then I don't do anything, and it sends it to you, which is also weird. I don't know if you know this. This is a complete different tangent, but allegedly, and I might be wrong on this because I've looked into it, not a ton, but a little bit. When people purchase stuff off of those stores, I think for like that week, the 2 weeks or whatever, it it charges you. So like I have to pay for it until then, like the end of the month, where then once the money comes through, it's really weird.
So yeah, you get charged for other people buying your stuff?
Until like a certain point that the transaction goes through like a week, or I don't even know if it's like the end of the month. I might be complete. I think it's something along those lines. So like, let's say you have a big merch drop and all of a sudden people just buy everything. It's like, well, it's actually charging my card until it's weird. You have to like pay for it or something. Yeah, it'll be, I'll have to research more. Okay. Question number 4. crispy fries or floppy fries?
Okay, so I'm thinking about the public.
Mm-hmm.
And
73,000 people.
all right, I'm going to start with my opinion on this because that's what I
Okay.
always do. Um, it's it's a mix for me. Like it depends on where the fries are from. For the most part, crispy, but I don't like when they're too crispy. You know, I don't like when they have and they break off. But when I think of crispy fries, I think of just like a nice crisp and not too much. So what I'm gonna say is the public definitely prefers crispy to floppy, and I think it's 72 to 28.
You are really good at this, Cole. It is 79 to 21. So 79
Yeah,
crispy, 21 to floppy. You are knocking this out of the park. That is really good.
I'm dominating. I mean, so far I feel like it should be obvious what the right answer is. It's just the percentage that I'm feeling good on.
Yeah. Well, the questions that I'm going to be asking in the next episode and the ones that we'll be doing, and again, I'll only know the answers to, I'm going to make them really hard. I'm going to make them
Good.
so much more difficult. Like
Good.
the chocolate chip cookie one.
Yeah. That one's pretty in between, I think, normally.
Yeah. We'll do like the point system that they did on Good Mythic Morning was if you got correct basically which was the higher percentage, you got 1 point. And if you got within 15% of the percentages, you get like 2 points. Is the way they did it. Okay.
It's pretty good.
I thought I had 6 questions. I only have 5. So this is the last one, and this is the one that I put on the Ed's Instagram. And I put it up there just to I just wanted to like try out the polls again. That's because I want to do it on the next episode. But Logan Paul in the UFC, he the whole Prime thing is absolutely insane. So the question is, and I do want to talk about the Logan Paul thing because it's insane how successful that brand and business is from the start to where it is. So there's 3 on this one. Okay. 28 people voted, not a ton of people, not 73,000. Like I'm not good with morning. 28 people voted, not that many. Preferring Prime, Gatorade, and Body Armor. Prime, Gatorade, Body Armor. Okay. So 3 percentages.
Yeah, I think the lowest, just off the top of my head, is going to be Body Armor, and it's not necessarily because of the taste. I think it's just because of the amount of people that have probably had it. But I could say the same thing with Prime. I mean, I've had it because you've had it, but I haven't gone out of my way to get it. Man, that's tough. I think people don't like Gatorade anymore, and they're trying to find other things that fill that Gatorade type of drink.
Well, I will say this. Yeah, I will say that Gatorade in the sense of there's the sugar-free ones, and that's where Prime comes in the sense of where it's sugar-free. And Gatorade does have sugar-free ones now where they're 0 calories. So
they don't taste good. So
they're not terrible. I don't like
them. I don't like
really?
Them.
Okay.
Not really. I don't know. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I'm flipping my order. I think it's Body Armor, Gatorade, and then Prime. And then do you have percentages?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's 45 Body Armor. I think it's 30 and then 15. So 30 Gatorade, 15 Prime.
Prime was 20.
Okay, close.
You should have went with your initial gut. Body Armor was 24. And Gatorade was 56.
Well, that's kind of shocking to me that Gatorade is still the choice for most people.
Yeah. I don't know how many people have had Prime, but I've had all the flavors. I don't know. It's pretty freaking good.
I had the one that you gave Aaron. I tried it a little bit, and then Aaron got her own, and I tried that one, and it was pretty good. I was pleasantly shocked.
Yeah, I mean, so going into the whole Logan Paul Prime stuff, it's KSI, which KSI, I don't know if you're a KSI fan or not.
No,
I do listen,
really, but
the Prime I think they said it started like a year and 2 months ago, and billions in sales already. The branding's crazy. They're the main drink for Arsenal's football team, and they just got picked up by the UFC as being a drink.
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see that? That's the reason I posted it.
No, but unbelievable. I mean, good for them, I guess.
So it's the official drink of the UFC, and it's like this is crazy how effective or efficient this brand is being,
Yeah.
and when you can't remember who said it, but if you like go to the comment sections of some of the posts of Logan Paul and Prime, and some people are like yeah, and some people don't like Logan Paul because of there's so many reasons that certain people don't or people don't like him. I won't even get into it, but it's like even if you don't like Logan Paul, Prime is so good that you can't you can't knock it. Like that's what it's crazy what it's doing.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I do think it's interesting, like I was saying, the evolution of like this sports drink, energy drink uh market, I guess. Like Gatorade, they're getting a run for their money now from brands like Prime and Body Armor. I've just heard more and more people that are like, yeah, I like these a lot. I prefer these.
Yeah. Well, it's like Mr. Beast and Feastables or his candy bar. And
Yeah.
I've heard him talk about this at length. There's a lot of brands like Gatorade or like Hershey's or just like these big corporate brands that have been around that never really had much competition because people didn't have the funding or the ability to make these products on their own. But now
When they get lazy too, they don't. I mean, they try and innovate, but their innovate is like coming out with cucumber Gatorade. So
yeah, I've tried it. It's really bad.
I have not, and I don't ever want to.
It's and their ability to so now like Mr. Beast has his candy bars and essentially he's like if you go to Walmart and you support someone or you like someone and they have a big platform like he does, it's like which one would you prefer? You're gonna probably just go ahead and I want to try it at least.
Yeah.
And then if the product's better, it's like, well, I want to support someone that's it's a kind of a weird transition, just like you're saying in some of these markets of the flippening of the power between corporations and the small creator or whatever creator you are. It's interesting where it's going, and it's definitely I think it'll keep going in that direction too, as long as people are making good products.
Yeah, I think so too. Which leads me to the next point of I think we should make a chip.
We should make a chip.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue your thought. Don't get me too excited here.
Don't
get me. I am a huge chip person, and as all the stuff that I already have, one of the big things that can really push you over the edge is if you come up with a product that really just pops. And okay, so continue your thought process on this. Did it just pop in your head?
I have an idea. No. I have an idea. It just popped in my head. Okay.
We might have to edit this out, Cole, because you
might have to. You might have to, because this is actually genuinely, I feel like a good idea.
I am so excited right now.
So I don't know how feasible this is, but you know how like a lot of products now are adding protein to their stuff to make it like a protein whatever?
Yeah.
I think we should come out with protein chips. I don't know how good they would taste. I don't know where you could add in the protein to where you would like not destroy the flavor. But I think if you had a chip style that has the carbs and protein, you wouldn't feel as bad eating them.
I don't want to ruin your hype here, but
is there something out there? Dang, what is it?
I never tried it. I can look it up, but they do have kind of like a protein chip thing, but it's it is a good idea, but I think
it's okay. It's all right.
I will
Everything
look it up right
exists
now
already, so.
But I mean, other chips, yeah. All right, protein. They're made by Quest. They're called. They're literally called. Yeah, dude, you've probably
Quest
seen them.
Everything. I feel like
Yeah,
they've dominated the protein market, or the I don't know what like not granola bar, but I guess protein bar market. I feel like they just dominate.
Yeah. It was so they already exist, but we can. I know I would creating a product is something that I've
always wanted to do.
Something it has to hit though, and it's
got to be good.
It's just like Prime or just like Feastables, and I know these are big creators and they're super creative people, and they have way more connections and access to stuff than I or we do. But it's always like I always sitting on the dream or hope that it's like eventually one day I'm just gonna have this crazy good idea that's just gonna explode, and then like that's what we're running with. It's always like there. I'm like, one of these days it's gonna explode. And I think the best way to do it is just to constantly be creative, and that's what I'm doing right now. And it's like creative, this idea, that idea, and with some of the ideas, my notes right now are crazy in the sense of like I have an idea, I immediately type it into my phone so that I can come
Yeah.
back to it and add to it. But yeah, making a product would be something that I would definitely be interested in. It just has to be in the right lane or chips. I would be cool with chips. It was funny. I was talking about the questions with the same people, and the lady she previously was a dietitian. That's what she did as a career, and she was like, "Are you going to talk about the nutritional part about it as well?" And I was like, "Nope, we're just doing this for fun. There's no nutrition
No.
talked about whatsoever."
No. Read that yourself. Look it up. All right.
They've got it online. Yeah, no, we didn't do any nutritional stuff. Which I was like, no, we're not going to do that. We actually have to.
I'm
This was
sorry.
a
You go
request.
to McDonald's. You go to McDonald's. You know what you're getting into. You
Yeah,
don't look it up. It's a lot of calories. It's a lot of fat. It's a lot of cholesterol. Okay, that's it. Sorry. Good luck.
and you better get cheese on your burger too.
Mm-hmm. You better.
Maniacs. I'm so excited.
It's
I'm interested
crazy.
to see.
It's crazy, dude. Hamburger versus cheeseburger, it better be 98 to 2%. And the 2%, you better be lactose intolerant.
I'm
That's
excited
it.
to put that up. I'm gonna get all the questions together and I'll put them up. I'll probably put them up at the beginning of next week, because once I get them all together, we'll have to brainstorm some other ones too. We got the cookie and we got the hamburger one.
bro. Come on.
Where's the hamburger? Uh,
That's it.
Let me write
You know
this
what? One more thing. Burger King has built their entire empire off of a burger that doesn't have cheese on it. Oh my god, dude. How?
The
Who's
Whopper.
ordering a Whopper?
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have to look at the menu more here, because you might be onto something that Burger King doesn't know about. Put some cheese on your burger.
I don't know. I mean, it's an extra charge to put cheese on a Whopper.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know.
Whatever.
All right, one of the last things I want to talk about, and I know I feel like we talk about several of the similar stuff, but whenever I watch something, this one is crazy to me, and I want your opinion, and you might have an opinion initially, and then it might change, to be honest. And this is again on Mr. Beast. Did you see the video that he put out, I guess, I don't know, sometime this week, where he cured like 100 or like 1,000 blind people's?
Okay, I saw it. I didn't
Right.
watch it.
Let me look it up
It
right
felt beyond clickbaity to me.
It actually isn't. Hold on. I'm going to look this up real
Good
quick.
for him, man. He's doing insane things in the world.
So
I don't get it.
let's see, Mr. Beast. So the reason I bring it up is sometimes do you watch the Philip DeFranco show?
No, but I've heard of it. I've heard. I don't know what reviews I've heard. I've just heard of it. I don't know if it's good or bad.
So the Philip DeFranco show it's just a YouTube channel that he does the news, and he's got a crazy editing style. He's been on YouTube for a long time. So sometimes I'll turn that on while I'm eating lunch or cooking or whatever. So I just listen to stuff. And there's apparently, so the thumbnail is 1,000 blind people see for the first time, and it's 4 days ago, and it's got 75 million views.
Yeah, dude.
And so essentially in the video, I watched part of the video, but I listened to Philip talk about it. People are outraged. Well, let me explain what happened in the video. Apparently there's tons of people that are blind to extent or can't see to an extent that all they have to have is a 10-minute surgery and they can see. And Mr. Beast paid for all of them and awfully paid for all of them. And also some of the people, when they got to see for the first time in their life, there's a guy like 50 years old in front of him. He was like, all right, read that up there. And it was like, you've won $10,000. And then Mr. Beast just walks up with a suitcase with $10,000 in it. And it's like, and people are outraged about it. Not everyone. Some people are outraged about it and saying, well, he's going to profit more money off of this video than they're going to actually. And it's like, what?
I don't. What do people want? Like, it's okay. It's okay to not like wealthy people and rich people and people of a higher status. I get that. I'm not against that. But like, dude, he's making a video helping people. Yeah, it's going to get a lot of views. Okay. He's helping people. I don't what else do you want from him?
Yeah, he wouldn't be in the place he is to help people if he didn't do what he's doing. And
Yeah,
it sounds it's like, and I don't think people that are outraged about it thought about it like, oh, he's exploiting their health. And the other crazy thing is it's a 10-minute surgery. Why
Yeah.
isn't this being funded in this? Like, you can't see. That means there's so much in your life you can't do. Why isn't there's
Yeah,
arguments of
that's
like government regulations of like, all right, paying for this or helping at least through insurance companies. And it's like, why, what? And it's bringing up the issue of it. And it's like, you can't even, this is such a good, he's like, it's crazy that people would have an issue with it.
yeah, the awareness alone that video is bringing to that specific issue, because I didn't know that existed. And it sounds like having a 10-minute surgery to be able to see again, obvious choice. Like, do it if you can. Like, and it sounds like there might be a money issue to it.
Yes, and that's what it is. And so Mr.
You
Beast
know?
was like, "All right, we'll take care of this." And
Yeah.
like you said, when I saw the thumbnail before I saw Philip DeFranco talk about it, and then I kind of watched it and listened to him talk about it. It's so insane of a thumbnail and a premise that like, there's no way that's real, but it's freaking real. It's like,
Yeah,
wait, what?
I thought, well, my
1,000.
first thought was like the colorblindness trend. Do you remember when YouTubers were on that, where they would buy those glasses and like give them to people, and they
Yeah,
like acted like they could see color for the first time? You know, and some people, granted, for real, yes, but like there was a lot of clickbait out there, and there was a lot of fake videos of like fake reactions and fake whatever. So that's kind of where my mind went when I saw I cured 1,000 people from
yeah,
blindness. But no, that's incredible. I mean, yeah, that's incredible. I've heard Mr. Beast talk about his margins being razor thin. I mean, obviously he's a very wealthy, rich person because of just what he does. He has a lot of views all the time. But his money, he talked about his money always being tied up in different projects. Like he bought a private island and like renovated it and did things. And so that the money that he spent on that one was funded from another video that like, and then the other video's money was funded from another. And so he spends a lot of money, but he makes a lot of money, but he spends. And so it's this cycle for him.
yeah. Well, it's a cycle, and on top of the fact that it obviously it's making him bigger and bigger and bigger, and over a period of time, and he can, it's going to be so big, and that he maybe can stop funneling or doing as much of that process. And here's another crazy thing. I'm sorry, Mr. Beast is just so interesting. This is insane to think about too, and I've thought about this in a different sense as far as like what you and I are doing. Mr. Beast said that he wants to. He has videos that he filmed and edited and did, but they're not going to publish on YouTube for 10 years. And then he also is like, when I get older and if YouTube's still around and I'm still making content, I want to backlog and set up videos that when I pass away, videos still keep coming out because they're uploaded on YouTube, but they're scheduled to come out later on. So I still exist. I was like, that's crazy thought to have. Get him.
Mailman's here, so yeah, that's going crazy. But yeah, I mean, he's a crazy
how insane
dude.
Is that?
He's how old is he? Do you know?
I think he said he's only like 23, 24.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't 30 yet, but what a man. I mean,
it's a crazy thought to like, all right, I'm gonna have these videos and they'll publish later on.
Do you know what made him pop off? Like for the most part.
Was it the counting to 100,000 or something,
or 100,000? Yeah, he counted to 100,000, and he described the math. He said if it takes 50 hours to count to 100,000, it's like a week and a half to count to 1 million or something like weird.
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah, I think that was his first big video. But when he was saying that, I had this thought process, and I've kind of said something along the lines of this before, but if you think about us sitting here and YouTube kind of always existing as far as like servers or whatnot, in 50 years, this stuff will still be on YouTube. It'll still be in podcasts. It'll still be on Spotify. You know, when we get older, other generations could potentially listen to it. Or like if we, having kids, they could go back and watch this stuff. And it's like, oh, there's dad. That's like the first time a generation's had that capacity
Yeah,
in a sense of not just like taking stage pictures. It's like, oh, I can listen to them just literally have a conversation. I think that's kind of interesting and cool. It's like, oh, it's there.
Like one podcast I listen to talk about their kids, and I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it just because it is definitely a risky
we can't
podcast.
Recommend it.
Yeah, I cannot say it out loud and recommend it, but they talk about their kids seeing their podcast later on, and they're scared for their kids because
I think they should be.
The amount of stuff they do on that podcast is insane. The amount of like the topics that they talk about are insane. I am also worried about their kids seeing it, but
when their kids get to a certain age, they're going to have to just like, all right, we're going to have to take those episodes down. They're going to have to start tagging episodes.
That's literally all of them.
Yeah, it's and back in the day, let's say like a comedian or people didn't have access to do that because you weren't uploading, or if you had a video, we could go watch home videos, but the instant access of just a library of content that's out there that you can watch of someone. Yeah. It's right here. It's right there. And I think that's an interesting thought to think about, but it's not an existential situation, but it's still cool that it's just like always going to be here in a sense. All right.
I agree.
That was a great episode. Burgers. If you have the opportunity to go do something like that, I would highly recommend it. Get a couple of friends, split the burgers in 4, do different stuff. I don't think those are like ingrained memories now. Remember Aaron coined it, the burgering. And that might be the name of this podcast. I love that. She's like, all right, when does she text it in the group chat? When does the burgering begin? It's perfect. The burgering begins at 3. All right, we're out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click the button, hit the like, we're out.